Hello and welcome to another episode of Unboxing with Paul. And today I'm very excited to bring you Poetic's Revolution case for the Galaxy A53. Let's take a look at it.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
If this is your first time watching the channel, welcome. Let me introduce you to Poetic, a company that doesn't spend money on advertisement or needless things like glossy pictures, stickers, and other needless stuff that just bumps up the price of the product and doesn't really benefit you in any way, shape, or form. You can currently find this case on Poetic's website for only $20.95, with your choice in also navy blue and light pink being available for no extra cost. Now, I am a big fan of Poetic because, as you can tell by this very nondescript box, they don't really bother with extra things like stickers and branding and stuff like that. And again, that in turn brings you a product that is lower in cost. The very first thing we're going to notice that is different from the majority of other Poetic products that we've been receiving is that this time we have screen protector accessories, which are meant to clean the screen, because this time around the Galaxy A53 features an under the display fingerprint scanner. So Poetic has found a way to deal and address that and make sure that it doesn't get obstructed or it doesn't become harder to use in any way, shape, or form. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this open. So this is the Revolution case by Poetic. Let's go ahead and get that peel. Okay. And then the instructions are very, very clear, just to make sure that if you can notice this little divot at the lower right hand corner, you grab from there and then you can just peel the case open like so. And remove this, and we're gonna get our other peel. Okay. And right before we install, let's go ahead and just take a look at our case real quick. The case is made out of a black polycarbonate on the back and a clear polycarbonate on the front, meant to be abrasion and cut resistant in case something, like a knife or a rock comes into it. It's not going to slice it up as easily as something soft like the thermoplastic polyurethane, which the sides and the corners are made out of, which are meant to be drop resistant. So now the instructions, again, were very, very clear to make sure that first off, your screen is, clear and clean of any debris. There's no dust in there. Obviously, I already kind of messed that one up, but you really, really, really want to make sure that there is absolutely no dust because, again, we now have an under the fingerprint scanner. So if that's dirty, if there's anything in there, it's not going to read it properly. Let's go ahead and get that second peel. Okay. And we apply our screen protector as such. And then we put it into our case like so. There we go. So very quickly, I am a fan of the fact that at the very top of the case, we do have a slot for our fingerprint microphone so that it's not impeded or obstructed in any way, shape, or form. Over on the right side of the case, you can see me being driven up the wall because we have the power and the volume buttons all on the same side. However, Poetic has done their best to address this by labeling them as volume up, volume down, and power respectively with their own little icons, which is very, very nice attention to detail. If we look over at the bottom, we can see a cutout for our speaker grills. We can see a flap in the middle that is meant to protect our charging port, as this is one of the very first things to go with consumers. Debris, dust, water, whatever will get into your charging port, anything that is not supposed to be in there. Right after that flap, we can see a very, very small orifice for another pinhole microphone. Again, I thought we had missed it. I thought Poetic had missed it. Turns out they didn't. I just wasn't looking hard enough for it. And if we look over on the back of the case, again, usually a 3mm, very, very aggressive bump protecting your camera lenses, as well as a kickstand. So the reason why I'm a fan of this kickstand is that not only does it work in portrait mode, as you can clearly see, it also works in landscape mode. So now I know that's not a big deal for some, but for me, in my experience, it's usually been cases, or rather kickstands, will usually only work in either the landscape mode or portrait mode, not both. And if it does both, it'll probably do both of them very, very crappily, but it's nice attention to detail. And it has come to that very, very important part of the video in which we perform our very, very scientific test, during which we drop this from about shoulder height into the floor and see how many times it takes for us to break it. Okay, that wasn't breaking. That was not breaking. This didn't break. 21, 22 tries. But it took me to flip and break this thing. So, I am once again happy, impressed that it took this many drops and this many tries for this to break and ultimately fail. The reason for that is because I'm not sure if you guys remember, or if you guys can go watch, our very first Poetic videos. These things used to break on us right away, or at least not right away, but within maybe 4 or 5 drops they would break. I had to throw this against the ground. I had to slam this against the ground on my 20-something drop because I was getting impatient because it wasn't breaking, and it still works. I am going to go ahead and say that Poetic actively works on their compounds. They actively work on their polymers. Sometimes when you see something every single day, or when you get used to something, you don't notice small things or small details. And I don't know if I was starting to get to that point to where, because I had covered Poetic cases for about a year now, I had gotten used to them or something like that. And I'm still impressed. I'm still very happy. They continue to impress me. They continue to innovate. Again, this took 20-something tries for me to break, and it hasn't broken. I slammed it against the ground. It came apart. It flexed and it bent. You guys saw it here. I'll pull it apart again. This is clearly kind of broken, right? Yeah. I can throw it back in here and it still works. I'm very impressed. This is where I go ahead and I praise Poetic for offering us choices at only 20-something bucks. So let's say you don't like polycarbonate. Let's say you don't like this plastic screen protector. Let's say you want to put on either your own tempered glass screen protector, or you don't want anything coming in between you and your phone. Let's say you love the feel of bare glass. I feel you. You know, I understand. And if you want to install your own tempered glass screen protector, you don't have to give up this case. You don't have to sacrifice. You don't have to choose between having a very competitive, competent case that will do a very good job of protecting your phone and having a tempered glass screen protector, as usually the two tend to be not compatible. All right, so let's go ahead and put this aside. Well, this one aside, and let's look at the genius that is Poetic. So this secondary faceplate, as you can see, has nothing in there. It's just a plain plastic faceplate. The reason for that being is that you can just put it on your phone and then put it on the case, like so. And now your phone is fully protected from head to toe, and there's nothing coming in between you and your screen for that perfect touch, for that feel of bare glass. And if you wanted to install your own tempered glass screen protector, you can also do that, as there is plenty of room all around the edge of the screen to accommodate basically any screen protector. That was one of my main concerns when I first started covering these cases, is that, well, yeah, it's very nice and well protected, but what about my screen protector? What about my choice to put a screen protector on there? You know, it's probably not going to work. But lo and behold, I stand corrected. They work just fine. They have more than enough room to accommodate a tempered glass screen protector. Go ahead and leave it in the comments. What are your thoughts on this case? I am still pretty amazed that this thing took 20-something tries to break, and it still hasn't broken and it's still operational. And let me know if you have found other budget brands that don't compromise on quality, because you can find plenty of cheap cases online. You know, those are a dime a dozen, but they usually tend to compromise on quality, on materials, on fit and finish. It's just not the same experience as you would get from either a bigger, reputable manufacturer or someone that's been established in the industry for a long, long time. Hey, I want to say thank you for allowing me to reach 1,000 subscribers. We recently passed that. I want to go for a lot more. And as always, thanks for watching.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.